in one of the books that I bought at the ABC once, it says, you can survive. This is Seventh-day Adventist book, and it's a great book about country living. So there's a quote there that Ellen White says that the hard times come, the people who know how to treat diseases with natural remedies will always have food. Because it will be so hard times, there will be so much pain and so much diseases and so much need for help, and there will not be medical care available. And people will be suffering, so those people who know how to use natural medicine, they will have food because they will be needed. And they will have opportunity to witness to people and to talk to people and have, help them. And they also will be provided with food. So I said, I need to learn that because I want to be provided with food and I want to, help people. So then we came to Montana. I thought, how do I learn this? Because I really want, my great-grandparents, they were survivalists because they lived in Russia. They were sent by the Queen Yekaterina to Georgia and that area to survive. And so there's lots of secrets coming in the family as well, but still there's much more to learn. And I was thinking, how do I learn it? I said, well, I will make a survival school. And then I invite people to learn and invite teachers to teach, and I can learn for free. That's a good plan, and it worked. But the thing is, the teachers, they cost a lot of money. They charge me for 2-day class, not even all-day class, $1,000 just to come and teach. Yeah, so that knowledge costs a lot of money. So I spent a lot of money, not my money, but to invite those teachers, and I learned a lot. So I want to show you a few secrets, if you don't mind, just for fun, because it really helps, okay? So my little nephew right now is in a hospital, Seattle Children's Hospital, in critical care, because last week he didn't feel very well, and mother took him to emergency, and they said, oh, he has a strep throat. Let's give him antibiotics. They give antibiotics for everything. And then she's a good mother. She gave antibiotics for 2 days, and he had started swelling, and he started having blood in his urine, and it was starting getting bad. So she took him back to emergency room, and they did tests. This is like a kidney failure. They put him in the ambulance and rushed him to that because he was dying. His kidneys failed, and he was only 5 years old. And all that had was reaction to antibiotics. And then they did tests. He didn't even have strep throat. How pathetic is it? Yeah. So antibiotics is a good invention. It can save lives. We will not argue with it, right? But what if you don't have antibiotics? With the time, then there is no one, right? Or you can try something before you use them, right? If you know some few secrets that to play with. Last week also, my aunt, I came to visit, and she says, oh, I have to fly tomorrow to Texas. And it just happened. I have a urinary infection. It just burns me. It just pains so hard. I don't know what to do. I said, and what usually people do in the hospital, in the emergency, what they give you? Antibiotics, right? This is what I thought the normal way to treat urinary infection. You can, if I say something wrong, you can, tell me. And they give you for 10 days at least, right? And she didn't have time to go to emergency. She had flight at 5 a.m. in the morning, and she was in pain and said, you know what? All this week I was studying essential oils. And I found out that tea tree oil and oregano oil are the strong antibiotics. They even can treat pneumonia, strep throat, vaginal infection, Candida B, and all that stuff. So do you want to try with your urinary infection? So yeah, let's try. But you don't put those on your skin because they're hot oils. They will burn you. So you need to put some carrying oil into it and just few drops of, you need to know. So, and I forgot proportions because I didn't plan on treating anything. So let's try just, play with it. So she had olive oil, we put a little bit of each, and I said, you put on under your stomach here, and put on your feet, because your feet have a biggest pores. So it comes into your body fastest way. And if you rub it, it goes even faster. Said you just put every hour and just rub it really well and see what will happen. Because I was experimenting, I'm learning too. So she did it twice because it was late and she fell asleep. And in the morning they left so early that I didn't even see her. And then I was working in my garden, and they thought, how's she feeling? I just want to find out. So I texted her, say, hey, how's your infection going? How are you feeling? She said, oh, I even forgot about it. So in the morning, it was gone.
That was tea tree and rosemary?
Oregano.
Oregano.
Yeah. It was gone. Imagine that she would take 10 days antibiotics. And antibiotics have side effects. They actually have lots of side effects. And they can do kidney failure. So if you can avoid, you can avoid, right? And all this is a God medicine if you know how to use it. So then next one, I had a problem with my skin because my skin has like a crack sometimes here and here. And sometimes they don't heal and kind of get, really. So I went to the doctor, said, well, what do I do? And of course they give you medicine, of course. So I went to pharmacy, got the medicine. Orally, I took a few times. And the side effect was, so usually the period goes 4 or 5 days. My period went for 2 months and just wouldn't stop. It's something, it just made something off in my balance, hormonal balance, and it just won't stop. And if you go back to doctor, what would they give you? Another medicine, right? To balance your hormones. And if you have a hormone balance in medicine, it also do other changes in your body.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah. So I talked to my aunt because she had this problem earlier in her life. And so, oh, that's easy. Just take the birch leaves, boil them, and drink the tea, and have a pomegranate juice. It will fix it. I said, oh, that's so easy. So in her garden there was a tree, so I took it like a bunch of leaves, I boiled, water put in there, made the tea, and then I got organic pomegranate juice from the store. And if I do something, I do it, and not just like plain water. So I had a whole bottle. And it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
So, and it stopped. That very day. Yeah. See? It's just, if you know how to do it, there's lots of ways. So another thing I want to share with you is a honey infusion. My husband jokes and he calls it honey confusion. Apparently, it's your honey confusion. Because first time I learned it too, I didn't know how to do it. I just had a honey and I put herbs in it. And apparently you have to have honey 50-50, honey and vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Because honey gets too thick and you try to put herbs, they kind of come out and we have all this mass around, there's all this, and that's why he called it honey confusion. But if you do like 50-50, then makes it liquider and it's easier to put herbs in it. And I just put it in a dark place, and you just turn it around sometimes. And then after, like, you can do as long as you want. I did it about maybe 2 months, I think, 3 months, around that. And then I just squeezed the herbs out, and that honey, you can just put in the tea. And you can, any kind of honey, confuse. So I wanted to make honey infusion for sleep, for nervous system, for calming down, for anxiety. People have a lot of this these days. Then I'm a very sensitive person. If someone yells at me, like really hard, or I have stress or something, I literally can even shake. You go sleep and you can't sleep because things like coming back to your mind, and it gives you a headache, and it's bad. In these days, lots of kids have anxiety, have these disorders that make them too active and stuff. You want something safe, because if you put them on medication, even it calms them down, it still kills their liver and stuff. So that honey infusion was really nice. I'm telling you, when I squeezed it, I licked my hand, and I just felt, I felt like I fell asleep. It was just so nice. And it is. So I put the valeriana root, I put the little bit of hops. Yes. valerian root. Yeah. I didn't put much, just I cut it in pieces. It smells so good, and it's just the root. It's just nice. Yeah, I put there, what's the name of it? It's like a little, it has thorns on it, the tree. Buckthorn, I think the name of, yeah, something like that. Something, yeah. So those, yeah. I put there a lavender, you can put chamomile, you can put, the very good thing to put is a skullcap and California poppy. California poppy even safe for children. But it also, besides of calming down, making you sleep well, in the morning it gives you a lot of energy, and it also treats stress in the muscles. There's two types of stress. One type of stress is like people get nervous and they can't eat, they have digestion problems. It's my husband. If he's upset, he wouldn't eat. If I'm upset, I eat. But there's another type of stress. It gets stored in the muscles. Do you see that people say, I must eat nothing and I gain weight? Did you see that? They're kind of big people everywhere. And they can't lose weight. They say, I almost eat nothing and I keep gaining weight. So that stress in the muscle gets collected. So then you use that skullcap and California poppy. It takes it away and just you can lose weight really fast. And you can just realize how you can also make a tincture with it, and you just put a couple of these in your tea or just water and drink it, and it just relaxes you. And it's natural, has no side effects. It really keeps my mind like a mental health, my healthy. It really works.
Is there a book you recommend?
If you give me the tickets, Steve Gold could
This
you
is
see
something
the
that always
tickets?
has intrigued me.
He's here.
Learn more. Okay.
Just
sure
come
you
to our
will.
class. I said, no, I
Do
didn't.
Do you have a website that you have something?
No, I just do it myself.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that is a honey infusion. You can put honey, whatever you feel like is good for you. And it really tastes good. They put a little bit in the tea. You can give it to your kids, tiny bit. As I say, you always need to be like a balance. You don't overdo anything. So even herbs are good, but if you just do too much, it will not be good. So just make sure it's like you have a healthy balance. All right. Next thing I want to show you here is it's called skin healing salve. In the winter, my mom and dad, they will chopping wood. They this machine, you put the log and it splits it. Yeah, log split. It's very good to have in Montana. Oh, you don't need to know. It's a log splitter. You can buy it online. It's expensive.
It's a lot of splits.
Yeah, but what my mom did, she put her finger and the log came and squashed her finger against the wall. It basically crushed her finger. And my friend, like a really good friend, she said, oh, there is a really good ointment. It's called Jiva Kost, and it's made in Germany. And she orders from Germany every time she runs out. It says it heals every wound. It heals even bones. If the bone was broken and you just try to heal it back in a cast, if you put ointment, it heals twice faster. I said, very interesting. So I found it on Amazon. And before buying it, I said, well, let me see what it's made of. And you know what it's made of? The one element in there, the comfrey. That's it. The comfrey is a plant that grows like almost everywhere. I saw one growing right there by the porch. Comfrey, yeah. It has amazing power to build cells. So if you have an open wound and it's very deep, they recommend not to put the ointment with comfrey right away, because if it grows cells so fast, it will close the wound, then it's not even healed inside yet. So you usually add something else to it because it's so strong. It's so easy to make, and I will show you how. So basically, if you have this is a plant called plantain. And by the way, we are done with the time. If someone wants to go, you're free to go. So the class is over officially, so I don't want to hold anyone longer. If you want to continue, I can give you a few more minutes. So this is a plantain. It's a plant that goes everywhere. If you walk on the street, it's under your feet. And it has amazing properties. It also builds cells, but not as fast as this one. And it also, like a disinfectant, works as an antibiotic, takes inflammation off, things like that. And the best part of this plant, if you have a sting or mosquito bite or any rash or any itch or any discomfort on the skin, it takes it away. So especially good for little children, you know, then they have this like I was cleaning woods last week, and I had like a scars, and because I carry these branches and they just scrape my hands, and my husband says, well, you need to wear protective gear because you look like you've been in a war. And it was a mosquito bites everywhere, and you itch like almost to blood. You can't sleep because you itch. So you just put this on top, and instantly it goes away. And in the morning, I had no red spots. See? And then it's also good for so many things. I'll just tell you what it's good for. If I remember I had cracks on my skin, it heals it in one night. It's also good for lubrication if you have if there's an aged, women have like a drier vagina. It's a perfect lubricant. It's also good for baby bath. Take oral rashes away. It's good for, I even use it for allergy. If I have allergy, I put it around my eyes and inside my nose, and it just gives the relief. Sunburn, when my skin is so white. In all my life since I was a kid, if I got the sun on my skin, it gets red and peels off. And I tried so many products, nothing ever helped. So this one, if I got sunburn, first in my life I become tan because I didn't peel off. It gets red, you just put it on, in the morning there's no sign of burn, and it takes pain away. So if I go somewhere, I travel, I never go without it because I just like without it, I just like without hands. And it's so easy to make it. Do you want me to show how? Yeah. So I take a jar. So it's best to wash it and dry it, like making sure. Sometimes I even put boiling water and wash it with boiling water and dry it, make sure to dry it really well. Sometimes I just put it in microwave for a minute or two and makes it really hot and dries it up. So then you have plants. So plants is better to take a little bit wilted because you have less moisture in it, right? Because we will use oil, and oil with water doesn't go well. So this is plantain. So I use a plantain as a major element. I put plantain almost like more than a half. Sometimes, if I'm not lazy, I just cut it in pieces or use a blender to just, the smaller pieces, the better they release elements. So I fill it, there's a jar.
So you said you do about half of the plantain and
Yeah.
half of the other.
So I put this one in. So if you just make a plantain, it will be still great. It will be great for your skin. It will take itch away, it will take pain away, it will take rashes away, it will heal the pain. But I also like to add other stuff to make it multi-purpose. Yes.
Where do you get it? Is it plantain or is it banana plantain? This is the leaf.
It's a leaf, it just grows everywhere.
Oh, it's totally, yeah, it's totally.
Yeah, I can show it outside. It just grows like a weed. It's so easy to find. Then I have a lavender plant at home, and I put a bunch of it because lavender can be used as a sunscreen, and it helps with burns. It heals the burns. Oh, then don't put it. So if something you're allergic to, just don't put it there. Yeah. Try Pearly Everlasting. Pearly Everlasting.
To be aware of new videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to the Preparing for the Time of Trouble channel. For more free videos and downloadable audio podcasts, as well as handouts, go to www.preparingforthetimeoftrouble.com. Topic categories include recordings of live seminar presentations, country living, sustainable gardening, homestead remedies, how to be self-sufficient when the grid goes down, wild edible and medicinal plants, hydrotherapy, and end-time Bible prophecies. To take advantage of these free resources, go to preparingforthetimeoftrouble.com.